Hi everybody, my name is Suze and I'm a divine feminine energy healer and guide. Let's talk about something that came up in a comment from a viewer, and I would love to clarify some things. Thank you so much for all of you who comment. I really appreciate it. As I've said before, the comments that you all leave me, I really appreciate because it shows me where I need to be better about communicating more clearly so that there is less misunderstanding, or also what topics I need to expand on in future videos so that we can clear any misunderstanding that may have occurred in former videos. So please keep those comments coming. I so deeply appreciate those of you who are brave enough and transparent enough to share with me where you're at in your journey, what resonated, what didn't resonate, what confused you, all of that. I really value the energetic exchange that happens with the comments. Thank you so much for that. So let's talk today about your needs. And this is a complicated thing. The more I'm getting into, I was thinking about talking about doing a whole segment here on YouTube around needs, because there's many layers to the onion of needs. But let's just zero in today on the thought of, your needs are too much, quote, too much, or your needs are, quote, unreasonable, right? Let's zero in on that for a hot second before we go any deeper into the world of needs. I know for the majority of my life, I struggled big time with that, of feeling like I was difficult to love, right? Or feeling like, why is it so hard for people to love me? Or why is it so hard for people to understand? Like, to me, it just seems like it's simple. Like, I just need to feel loved. And to me, it was like, why? And then the more I understood myself and my complexities and my needs and my story that's brought me to where I am today, the more I started unraveling all of that, I started to understand, oh, maybe it isn't so simple. And then I went into a space of like, oh, well, I can't expect anyone to love me like that. And I can't, my needs are just too much. And it's just too much to ask of anyone and all of this stuff. So then I started, which of course is a victim-y, wallowy kind of way, but that was my journey. But in working with all of that and really learning to take my power back and learning to stand up for myself and what I do legitimately need, there was a big thing that started becoming clear to me. If you are in a space of thinking that your needs are unreasonable or too much, my first thing that I'm going to say is you most likely are thinking that because you are looking outside of yourself for someone else to magically meet your need, instead of you first taking responsibility for yourself and your own needs with yourself. If you're thinking your needs are unreasonable, there's a sense of comparison. You would not be able to come to the conclusion, my needs are unreasonable and my needs are too much, unless you're comparing it to something else. So you're comparing it to the experience you've had with other people and feeling a sense of frustration or disappointment or heartbreak or grief or something along those lines. Feeling some sort of way about feeling like your needs of feeling loved people is just way beyond what someone is able to do for me. So you're looking externally, and that's the first point where you're getting it wrong, because empowerment is all about responsibility for yourself and choosing to disconnect your focus for a moment, disconnect your focus on external and blaming this or blaming that situation or blaming this story of your life or whatever it is, anything out there. You stop that for a minute and you choose to really turn that focus in towards yourself and like, what's really going on here, right? And then you're going to start to realize, well, if I am supposed to start shifting myself inward and I am recognizing I have these needs, then I need to start meeting them first of all, right? Like that's kind of like step two. Then step two is, well, then I need to start meeting them. And if it's me with me, and I have perfect control over my life and my decisions, I get to make my decisions. I am an adult. I am in control of what I decide to do and where I decide to go. If that's true, it's me with me, then my needs with me are not unreasonable because it's me with me. It's me having my own needs. Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense because it sounded a little crazy as it was coming out. But it's you with you. There is no comparison of the external world. So you don't have to worry about someone else's capability. It's, do I believe in myself that I am capable of meeting my own needs? Now that's the question. Am I capable of proving to myself that I am capable of meeting my own needs? And that is empowerment. That is the ultimate empowerment because you are taking, again, 100% responsibility for yourself and for your own experience in your life, taking complete control of your life and your experience instead of blaming a situation or blaming a past event or blaming another person or blaming lack of money or lack of I don't know what externally. And you're finally looking within yourself and your relationship with you. And you are perfectly suited to handle yourself because you know yourself better than anyone because you've been with yourself every day for the past how many ever years you have been alive in this current lifetime. You know your story better than anyone. You know how you have felt and how different things have made you feel and how they've shaped you into the person you are today. You know that better than anyone. So you are the only one capable of fixing anything you don't like or changing anything you don't like or finally putting your foot down with yourself and deciding, I'm going to start giving myself what I need and not pay attention to what anyone else is doing or however they may react to me putting my foot down with myself and finally giving myself what I need. Now, what you need is where the tricky part comes in, and the part that in my client calls, in my healing sessions with women, when we come up into situations that are put on the table for us to work through together, and I ask that question, well, what do you need? That is where a lot of resistance comes up, and people have a really hard time getting to the root, the real nitty gritty, painful truth of what you need. And that's a video for another day, because now we're getting into that onion I was talking about, all the layers of your needs and figuring out what you actually need, because it's energy. It's actually energy that you need. It's not actually physical things that you think you need, or people, or how people are interacting with you. It's not really what you need, really. I am so thirsty today, guys. Sorry, hang on. This is my favorite mug. It is water in here, but this is like my favorite mug. I'm like, this color is like the most beautiful shade of pink. And I wish I could find more mugs in that shade of pink because I would literally have a collection of pink mugs. Yes, I'm a pink freak. Yes, I am. I own it. So, if you're telling yourself that your needs are unreasonable, it's because you're looking outside of yourself to have your needs met. And at this point in time, that's not where you're at. And your focus has to go back to you. And like I said, how can I hold my own hand? Because I haven't been the only one that's been here with myself, observing, living, experiencing, feeling all the craziness of my life. I'm the only one that's been here. So I'm the only one who can choose a different path. I'm the only one who can choose to give myself what I need. Am I willing to take that responsibility? Get myself out of the victim mindset that's telling me my needs are too much, I'm too difficult to love, or my needs are unreasonable. It starts with you first. Down the line, then, yes, you are going to start taking your awareness once you're growing this within yourself. And again, I don't want to go too far into this in this video, but once you start growing that internally, then it does spill out into your external world of recognizing who's able to meet you and who's not able to meet you in the space where you're at within yourself. And that's another conversation for another day. But I want to leave this video here because I felt like that was very important. Be very, very careful if there's any aspect of you that's feeling unloved and feeling undervalued or feeling unseen, feeling under-acknowledged in your relationships. And maybe there's an inner voice telling you that I'm too much, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not, my needs are too much or unrealistic, or I'm just difficult to love. Anything. Stop that and turn the focus on you and make the decision. Everything in life, every transformation, every growth moment in life starts with a decision that you're gonna do something differently, choose something differently, feel about something differently, think about something differently. It all starts with a decision with you, and that is how you take your power back. That is how you take accountability, responsibility for your life. That is how you tap into empowerment. I'm not letting myself off the hook any longer. I'm putting myself in the hot seat because in so doing, I recognize I'm finally putting myself back on the throne of my life and choosing to run my kingdom from my throne instead of being a queen who's pretending to be a peasant and then angry that her kingdom is not running the way she wished it was running because she's not taking responsibility for seating herself on the throne and dealing with the problems of her kingdom. She's instead hiding as a peasant. I saw 1221 as I was saying that. I'm going to leave the video here. I hope this video helped. Please do keep those comments coming to let me know how my message is landing for you. I so appreciate all of you that are here. Have a beautiful day.